TV Africa, and I am your host, Sugar. With me today, I have Wait. Just
Yes,
wait, wait,
sir.
wait.
Yes, sir. My people,
I've
what's
dragged,
happening?
I've dragged him
Chill,
here.
chill. Let me say hi to my people. Hi, guys. How you doing? I know you guys have missed me. Don't worry. I just took a break, but I'm back. Sugar had to go and cut off my very interesting break, but it's okay. I mean, I love you guys too much to leave you alone. So yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
I hope
Thank you.
you
You
guys
can
have seen the
continue.
reason why I don't like bringing this person here. You cannot come here and be stealing my spotlight. It's not possible. Anyways, thank you guys for all that you do for us at Gusto TV Africa. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, every quarter of contribution to
Mm.
the growth of the community. We really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And
Gracias
without further
muchos.
ado, we're getting right into the news. First, we have our own recent Grammy Award winner,
Mm.
Tems Baby, and
Yep.
also a co-owner, one of the owners of the San Diego Football Club.
Yep.
This is a lot. I mean, it's so huge for Thames. And just yesterday, we saw that Jay-Z hosted the Oscar Gold Party. That's like an for those that really do not know what the Oscar Gold Party is. It's like an after party, what you guys call after party here, when you've done the main event. It's just like an after party for the Oscars event. And now we saw Thames
Mm.
amidst all other international celebrities
Yep.
there. And it's quite a beautiful one for Thames to be there, because ever since she won the Grammy Awards, it's like she's just been, if there's a word like that, catapulted, like just catapult her into that global space where she's having the global recognition, the global audience. Everybody outside of home, outside of Nigeria, now knows who Thames is. It's not like they didn't know before, but now it seems like that knowing is on another level. I mean, this is not a party where you just see anybody. It's for the elite,
Yep.
those in like at their hay game at the top. And Thames really made it to that party. What do you think about it?
I actually really love the way that Thames has actually been able to, take her artistry to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
To be very honest, it comes from a very humble and very, for lack of a better way to put it, very crude beginning, right? When Thames broke into the scene, not many of us would have thought that she would
Go this
actually,
far.
do as much as she's doing right now.
Yeah.
She's been able to clear it out and actually break several ceilings. It's like right now the top is not even the benchmark for her.
Yeah,
She's
the
like
sky is not
looking,
the limit.
she's looking to actually shatter
Career
more,
goals.
ceilings, peel different layers and all of that stuff. So Thames for me is no it's no news right now seeing her actually rock with the big stars, because
Yeah.
she's one of, if not the big star. And this has actually, taken us into different conversations around how big Thames has become, like
Become, yeah.
in terms of relevance, in terms of, carrying Afrobeats on her back. You mentioned that she won a Grammy, right?
Yeah,
She's won it before, won
yeah,
it again this
again.
year. So 2 Grammys to her belt. And in terms of how a lot of international stars have been looking at the whole Afrobeat spectrum. Yes, the Whiskies, yes, the Davidos, yes, the Remas, and all of that. But in terms of carrying right now, it looks like Thames is
Now
the
she's
one
the
that's carrying
carrier.
it on the
Yeah.
back. Right. So interesting to see her amongst other superstars, Keka Palmer, Carucci,
Larry Harvey too.
Larry Harvey, lots of superstars. So the thing when they even they bust my head now, you say these stars are actually like fans in her.
do
I
you
saw
think do you think that that's what's going on?
it, it is what is going on. It's like, for example, you love agege bread, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and you go into a space where they're talking about agege bread. It has become the best commodity ever.
Yeah.
Like anywhere else, if you know see agege bread, you cannot actually even sleep or do anything. So Thames is undoubtedly the agege bread right now. She's the highest commodity. She's the best commodity, and right now it seems as though she's most talked about. So it's their farms in her. Their farms in her really, and I think that's what it
So you
is.
think they are really fans in her?
Their farms in her. Their farms in her because see, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
she's okay. Afrobeats right now is the biggest
Yeah,
commodity.
you see
She has represented. She's representing. She will
very well.
represent. And right now, it's like she's a hot commodity. Like you mentioned again, she owns a football club. She's
Mm-hmm.
a partner,
She's a partner.
um, a part owner of a football club, San Diego FC, and that has also giving me a different type of vibe about how she's been able to really position herself for global relevance. Okay,
Yeah.
let's look at it. She broke into the scene, has this much relevance, and then she's actually started thinking about the business acumen of, you know, the whole football space, the whole music space, how she's been able to actually. The other day, she was at an opening of, I've forgotten now. Like, she's just been at the most.
The supercars, the
Yes,
recently
you
Aston
know,
Martin.
Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, what more can he expect? If
Mhm.
these guys are fam, these are their
Yeah.
fans enough. They're fans enough.
I mean, one thing that I would say has really shook me
Mhm.
for Thames this year would be the partnership with San Diego FC. That's something that I never saw coming, and I'm sure a lot of people did not see coming, because it's quite, for our other big artists and the big names that we know, even if they are coming to unveil anything, see brand sponsor, brand ambassadorial deals, these are things that are very, very common that we see. But for her to now start delving into the sports like football, is quite a huge one. And people are like, oh, really? Now it seems like she's not just going to do the music part of this global rush. She's not only going to milk the music part of it, she's
Yeah.
milking the business part of it.
Yeah.
Now talking about investor. I'm
Mhm.
an investor.
Right.
I think that's what she's currently doing. And it's quite amazing for Thames. It's quite beautiful to see that she's carrying the crown so beautifully well. I mean, if left to me, I would say that she's the best person to have actually carried that crown. Like, carrying the crown, she's the best person. Or is there any other female artist you think would be carrying the crown better than her if they were in a position to do?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but because everyone has their own unique
Mm-hmm.
everyone is unique in their own
Yeah, they
way,
are.
right? And I want to also say that other people have been able to lay the foundation for what she's doing now,
No,
and
yeah.
it's just like doing it differently. You can't compare a different age to another age. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
there's a way the Gen Zs will do things better or even weirder than the millennials,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a function of that. If we have to look at it now, for example, case in point will be Mama Jam Jam, for example, Tiwa Savage. There was a
Yeah.
time where she was the best thing after sliced bread.
Mm-hmm.
She was the best female artist. Everybody who wanted to spotlight a female artist that is big in Africa would think to mention Tiwa
Tiwa
Savage,
Savage.
right?
Yeah.
Would think to mention the likes of even Waje and
Yemi
Yemi
Alade. Yeah.
Alade's, right? Omaumi.
Omaumi.
So
Yeah.
those were big sister, big auntie eras.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're talking about like baby
The
girl
young
era.
bloods.
The youngins are actually like taking this thing and actually
Yeah.
redefining it. And look at
Mhm.
what Arista is doing as well. So it goes to show that every era has its own uniqueness.
Yeah.
Every era has its own timeline. And when your time come, you better milk that shit. And that's
Mhm.
exactly what Thames
Temps
is
is
doing.
doing.
And in terms of carrying it well, in terms of if there's any other person that will be able to carry it well, Thames, I think, and I want to believe, understands what it means to have times and seasons. And that's why she's doing all of these things,
Yeah, yeah.
breaking and delving into football, being a co-owner of a club. That's amazing. And of
Mhm.
course, I know that, she's not the only Nigerian who also is a co-owner of the San Diego FC. There's
Yeah.
also Tunde Folawiyo, other couple of guys, yeah, that are also co-owners. But to be able to take that leap as a business decision
Mhm.
to actually be a co-owner of a football club
It's
as an
huge.
artist in your, I wouldn't say she's actually like, she's not done 15 years in the industry, but she
Okay.
knows that, see, this grace now where they enjoy, I have to milk it.
Milky,
I
yeah.
have to do the best that I can do with it. I have to do the most that I can do with it. So big ups to her. And I think that she's actually set an example for the younger girls who are going to come into the industry to want to try to do things different. So
Yeah.
you already know that as a blueprint, there is, if not like some sort of pressure, because they've gone there and done it in the highest stage. They don't,
Yeah.
I mean, for
Like, it's
validation,
more than standards at this
for a
point.
footballer, what are you measured with as a yardstick for excellence or greatness? You don't win Ballon d'Or, you don't win Best Player, you don't win this one, you don't win World Cup. I think that Thames is actually basking in that era right now where she's actually attempted, not just attempted, but actually gone on to win
Win these things,
these
yeah.
things, and it's so big. So yeah, I think for now she's the best person to carry it, but there are youngins who are
Mm-hmm.
actually racing, for the crown. So
To
that's
be
that's
there
good.
as
That's
well.
good. It's
It's
good
actually
energy. It's
really
positive energy.
beautiful.
Yes, it's
Very, very
beautiful
beautiful. I
energy.
mean, looking at the picture, she's just shining. She's really that star.
All
She's like,
glammed up.
oh,
Yes. That's Tems, baby.
Biggest baby.
Y-
Biggest Tems. Congratulations to Tems. I mean, this is huge. This is a huge one for her.
Mhm.
Congratulations to Tems and congratulations to us Nigerians as well. Because definitely, if she was doing something bad, they go
Mm.
don't throw a stone. Especially our Ghanaian people.
We
They
love
would
them
have
still.
dragged us.
We love them
So now
still.
that it's like all shades of beautiful, congratulations to us Nigerians as well. Moving on, we have Davido talking about
My J.
the big four, the big three,
Yep.
the 001 Oria Day himself. Davido. You guys know that Davido has announced to us that okay, I'm postponing my album, but I'm going to drop a song in March before the album
On the
drops. Now,
14th, yeah.
yes, on the 14th this
Okay.
year, this month, sorry, before the album drops. And this now, there's something really, would I say unique? No, I won't say unique. I feel like it's a consistent thing now. It's looking like a pattern. Paul, do you know that ever since inception of Davido releasing albums, as well as Wizkid, Davido is always releasing albums after Wizkid.
Mhm.
First Wizkid album, Superstar, was in 2011.
Mhm.
Davido was in 2012.
Mhm.
Second Wizkid album was in, I think, 2014. Then
Mhm.
Davido 2017 or 2019 thereabout. Do you think that Davido might be understudying Wizkid and just like every time that he wants to drop an album, he's like, okay, I think I want to do better than this person.
Ah.
And that's the thing that I think whatever beef it is they have now did not start from the beginning. They were actually cool from the beginning, right?
Yep. Yep.
So now, do you think that Davido might be understudying Wizkid?
I think understudying is quite like if a boss was saying it, like it's expansive. But yeah, I understand why you said what you said.
Mhm.
But I think that the fans have actually driven us to a point where we are able now to see different sides of the artist.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'll explain why I said that. Certain things will not happen for you if you've never driven to certain points where you can test yourself.
Mhm.
Right? Something's not go sup with you when you get the way you go react to some things if something sup with you.
Mm.
But there's a huge division between Davido and Wizkid. We know that for a fact, right? And the fans have been able to drive and carry this conversation on and on and on and on and on. So it is safe to say that Wizkid and Davido are quite like they will always be pitched against themselves. But the truth of the matter will remain the fact that Davido has that, I don't know how to say it now. Davido feels the need to want to outdo Wizkid. That's how I see it, right?
Mm.
Wizkid dropped last year, right? Dropped the Mariah
Yeah.
project, and I bet that in his he would have listened. He would definitely
Definitely
have
they
listened,
will. Mm-hmm.
and after listening, will say, okay, how am I going to do way more than this? What am I going to do to sound different? What am I going to do to actually be better than Wiz? Right. So yeah, I think that this whole competition is actually becoming quite unhealthy. But at the end of
Yeah,
the day, it
it
is what it is. You
is.
cannot excuse these things from happening. So
Mm.
yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. So now we just really think that if Davido drops the album or finally drops the album, but the single before the album might be a determinant to what the album might be looking like, more like an insight. And I think it's becoming a consistent pattern now for artists to drop a single before they drop an album. I don't know if you noticed that,
Yeah,
but
yes,
I did.
I seen that pattern. Of course, it
Mm-hmm.
works, and yeah, it's only right that they drop something for the fans to get to
Listen,
anticipate
yeah,
the entire project. So
before
yeah,
the whole body of
yeah.
the work. All right, wrapping up the news, guys. We have Kumi for talking about Imagine Stars. Because for me, I really do not want to be saying upcoming, upcoming, upcoming. I feel like there's a difference between upcoming and Imagine. I think Kumi at this point of his career is currently emerging. Even though he came out and said, "Oh, this is my first song," and I'm still very surprised because if this is your first ever song, that means there's no prior experience in the industry. You don't know how all of this big fame thing works, and you just blew up all of a sudden. Now his song did got to the number one spot on the Nigerian Apple Music Top Songs chart yesterday, and almost immediately the same thing happened with Spotify.
Mm.
Do you understand? So now it begs the question: do you think that all of these things, the way every of his song, okay, sorry, I said every of his song, this particular song topping charts, making it even made it to number 2 on the UK Afrobeat songs chart
Mhm.
this same yesterday.
Yeah.
So do you think that all of this is still very, very what's the word? Organic? Yes. Do you think all of this is still very organic, or at some point there's already some assistance going from behind, or some things that we really do not know that might be helping this whole song?
I know what you're asking me. If Arike is being stream farmed or Kumi is actually
Oh, no, we're just
getting
trying to package it.
support,
Let's
right?
package
Yeah,
it.
I feel like Nigerians, especially on Spotify, you can't actually check and balance
Yeah.
anymore, right? So yeah, it could be that, but of course, when you look at the relatability of the song and how everybody is jamming to it, and what everybody is, consuming right now, it has to
Yeah.
be this song. I mean, at the beginning of the year, it was Fido's Joy is
Joy is
coming, and
coming.
right now the person enjoying most of the joy right now is Kumi.
Hmm.
And for him, big ups to him for actually holding the fort. Being
Yeah.
on the number one spot for a long time is quite impressive to see. So yeah, I think that the song is relatable. I think that a lot of people really genuinely like the song.
Hmm.
So yeah, being in the number one spot is no fluke. But yeah, if there's a little bit of fertilizer that I cannot confirm, but it is what it is, and big ups to Kumi.
Yeah. Big ups, big ups, big ups to him. And
Yep.
big ups. Congratulations to him. I really just hope that this doesn't mount some sort of pressure.
It will mount some pressure. It will mount some pressure because now you have
It's
to
the
outdo
fact that exactly
you
now
have
you
to
have to
outdo
outdo.
yourself.
Now you're
Yes.
not even in a competition with any other person, it's yourself.
Yep.
Because one funny thing about people, I wouldn't even want to say Nigerians, humans at large. Once you are doing it big, everybody them they hail you, they are talking and say, "Oh, your head there, your head." But the moment your next project or the next thing that you drop is not getting to this first one, they will
Hmm.
start bringing up agendas. Oh, he probably didn't write the first one himself. You know, really just hope that it's really not what we think it is, and it's all organic and it's all fresh, and your next project will do it. So for the reactions we have, this person said the way this Kumi guy keeps stacking up feet ridiculously, the person said ridiculously needs to be studied. W for him. Anna Omoba says the world knows best. Like, what does the world know? What
I won't say nothing
does the
about that.
world know?
I beg to excuse myself from that conversation
I
because
beg
I
the
think
world.
that he's a new artist and he needs the support. But
Yeah, he really does
whether
need
he
to.
needs agricultural support to that too, I can't tell. But I think it's a number game. We exist in a world where numbers are
Yeah.
like the biggest part of the conversation.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's quite it's quite be like that when you see that the numbers are are surging, and
Yeah.
of course it's going on top of the chart tables and all that
In
stuff.
fact,
So
that is the first. Okay, Fido.
yeah.
Now we could even say, oh, Fido has been there. We saw videos, throwback videos of him, in the studio, freestyles and none of that. But for him, he's just. I mean, this like the only picture of him that people has been on the internet for quite a while before he posted the recent picture again, maybe like yesterday or so. It is what it is at this point, guys. Let us know what you think in the chat box below. If you think that Kumi, is actually getting some agricultural support from the farmers in the industry,
I quite like
or
the song. I quite like the song.
oh, me, I like it though, but I'm very, very particular about lyrics. How can you say you payment before your time?
Subjective is subjective. It's not like it's literal dying, not like dying.
does
Yeah.
the tongue realize that the power in the tongue? Does it know that you are joking?
Some of us are not churchgoers like that.
Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for all that you do for us at Gusto TV Africa. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares.
Gracias.
Thank you for staying with us till this very moment. Do not forget to drop your opinion in the chat box below. Let us always know what it is you think. And I know some of you in the comment that were saying that we're 30. They don't even call us 30 video. They call us 30 bingos. We accept it.
We're
It's
not
all
30 PG guys. Let me just correct
and that's
that.
what they're always saying.
We're
Like,
not
why
30
do you
PG
guys?
guys.
You
We
people
say
need
things
to
when they need to be said and how it should be
exactly.
said.
You people need to even let us know in the chat box. Let us know why you always say that. I mean, if you think that we're doing too much of that, tell your faves to give us things to also talk about. I will see you guys on the next one, guys. Bye.